9 that we've got here is low leading, Lackmiller plus 7.3, Mats Ogden plus 151, Solberg plus 406. You can see there's a big gap there. Then it's Matt Wilson behind Chris Meek in 6th place plus 521.8. So we now do have a little bit of a brick battle going on, albeit 5th and 6th, and then it's Tanak who's dropped down into 7th plus 17.2.
Okay, let's get back to Ines Marlow, who's at the end of at the end of my hair. I don't think he's seen it yet. I think you'll find that's not even English that he's speaking, so we'll move on and have a look at the time. I'm only speculating that he's talking Dutch. Slippery as well, that'll be it. Slippery. Great work at the end of the stage. This will come back to you when you've got another driver with you, but it's really, I suppose, the focus of our attention at the moment, fellas, is the fact that he said as much himself in his last interview with Jake Strong. On the subject of which Jake Strong, let's get back to the end of Sweet Lamb for Jake's wrap from the stage for this morning.
Yeah, we've still seen some competitors come through. In fact, looks like Jim request the car aces for that. Not with damage I can see from this stage this morning, but certainly got some gas tape over the front of this car from earlier battles throughout the Rally GB itself. And just literally had Chris Breen come through actually on a 319, so running reasonably well. Nobody really reporting much in the way of major difficulties on the stage itself. We know it's been particularly slippery in the very beginning, and a lot of drivers saying that it's slightly pulled them out. But for the most part, it's a nice bright day, and there's a lot of spectators on the stage as well. They've all been enjoying the spectacle of Sweet Lamb through the Midway Hills this morning, and a lot of drivers they're all noticing that situation too, and they're coming back and saying there's loads of fans. It's really
birds, including John Desborough, Henry Hope Frost and Mike Broad. We've also got Ines Marlow out at the end of Maharan with more news from that. Don't forget, if you're in the stages, you can be listening to us on 87.7 FM. Just download your smartphone and download that. You can also listen to us at WalesRallyGB.com. If you want to get involved with us at Facebook, you can do that. There's lots of Twitter action. There was a great response to us watching the Italian job in the Funky Bus last night, with lots of Twitter action going on. If you want to tweet us, you can tweet me personally at Paul Marcel, at Henry Hope Frost, just hearing from Rally Radio pals down there in Field Wells, and tweet me at Turner Top. So we've got no signal up here, so there you go.
He is now leading Solberg Senior, 4 minutes 06. My goodness, the gap's only get huge, don't they? 4 minutes 06. Then we get the big finish battle where the 5th overall, Matthew Wilson, great performance, 5 minutes off the pace, and then Chris Meek with some, as they say, mechanical issues on his mini. He's 6th, 5 minutes 21, which is 5 minutes to do. We'll be there, where are we? About 5 to 12, they're on the way up.
Yeah, we've got another Brit here. Well, McCrone, Stuart Loudon, McCrone. Nice to see the SD4 growth in Mount of Feet, but had a very unhappy season actually. But he's got plenty of speed, as John McCrone. He's been having a pretty good run, lying in 32nd position. That's sweet and nice to eat, because this is one of the Ukrainian Mentos Scania cars. Saliuk. Sell those sweet taxis in the UK as well. Alexander Saliak from the Ukraine. He's one of the Russian World Rally Championships guys. is in two-wheel drive, of course, one of the few cars in that category, in that class 5. He leads the class, but it's only for, oh yeah, huge jump there. Robbie really took a lot of air. Just came out a little bit wide, through the water splash. Loaded up now, heading up the hill. There he comes, leader of class 5. He's just one rival, Uri, the Swiss driver in that class. The two-wheel drive Citroen DS3. Not really, I'm just making it up as I go along. I'll tell you a little story about that in a moment. Very much the number 3 driver. They're running 3 cars. Saliuk, Tereshko and Gorban. So Gorban should be the next one. The actual owner of the team, number 32. Actually 5th in the Production World Rally Championships. The one we haven't seen is another red car. Yeah, I think this is
Past, don't know, sorry.
okay. Well, the heavyweight world champion.
Oh, I see.
There's 2 brothers there. Yeah, Trisco. Yeah, that's right. They come from Ukraine, although they're based in Germany.
I was saying as we were waiting for the car to come down, rally being so much more international than ever it was. But the fleet of Fiesta R2s which we're going to see today were conceived by M Sport. Many or much of the cars was built at M Sport, but you now have the rest of the story, Andrew.
Well, yes, I mean, they'll be coming in a while. They run as a fleet. They actually run out of Poland, but I believe it's an offshoot of M Sport, and 6 of those cars are fully funded for their mini world championship. Come on in, goodness me. We've got Mark Higgins and David Brabham here. Come in, boys. Great to see you. Had a nice chat yesterday. I'm going to give the mic a bird over to Mark Higgins. Well, I want to talk to David Brabham. What are you doing at a rally, mate? You should be racing out in a sports car in China. Very good. Yeah.
I'm getting muddy.
Yeah, getting muddy. So, David's here for a very good reason, because he's part of the Team UK MSA Elite driver, but you look after the racing drivers. Mark, of course, looks after the rally drivers, so that's why...
Give you a bit of an expert view of how they get on.
Yeah, now, what's for you next year, David? I mean, sports car race is a bit of flux at the moment. Are you pushing to try and get drivers where you should be?
Well, they've got the...
No, disappointment, of course, that Pirelli scheme with the push button driving next year, that's gone away, hasn't it? So how's Elfyn going to move on and do the World Championship regularly?
It's very difficult, I think, that's why he's had a bit of he can do it, he's at the top of the field. And trying to get a break there, if you win that, then the progression further on with the different cars.
Of course, yes.
So that I think is the main risk for all drivers to sort of go to, all these young drivers at the moment.
Meanwhile, the academy...
Back into the sport, and that's what we desperately need.
Now, Mike, you've been rallying out in China, and I think you were saying this is the first year you haven't done an event in Britain. We've seen you doing well, Roger Albert March, in China, haven't you?
Yeah, no, it's one of the first years ever to do a rally in the UK. I think I've probably all but 2 times in the last 20 years.
You must be hurting, mate.
I'm really hurting today, definitely. I mean, it's fantastic out there, the conditions are good. And it's what we've been brought up with, but it's good to cheer the guys on and hopefully give them some help.
Chinese manufacturer having a World Rally Championship.
It's growing all the time. I mean, our team, for example, has 5 cars.
You're only Mitsubishi?
We're a Mitsubishi down there, yeah. There's probably 4 or 5 teams putting 5 cars. Very, very good cars. Patrick Sandell, Patrick Flodden, people like that going in there as well, and my brother David. So, you know, it is a good championship. It's very quiet, but I think it's growing. I think it gets more interest. It could be very big.
The stages? I mean, I presume you haven't got all the infrastructure out there. It must be, but I mean, you're a bit on your own.
Yeah, we are. I mean, the language barrier is a big thing. Apart from
What's the road to the